guys, it's Kim. Just here to talk a little bit about my makeup. Seint, it comes all in this really nice magnetic palette. It's personalized to you. You have your highlight shades. It's kind of like a paint by numbers, your contour, your bronzer. I can color match you to your highlight and contour shades. Seint also has some palettes on their website that you can look at various skin tones and kind of guess what your skin tone would be, and then you can kind of match it up with the palette there if you're not interested in sending a makeup free selfie to me and filling out my form. But it's always best to get that color match because everybody's skin is different, and that's just kind of like a blanket, like you have this type of complexion, this is what you need, and it might work for you great. You can exchange it if it doesn't work, but it doesn't take long to submit a selfie to me either, and then I can look at your skin and give you your best colors. I'm gonna get started. I'm just doing something super quick today, heading out the door here in a few minutes. So I'm starting with my color corrector under my eyes. Not everybody needs a color corrector. And some days, honestly, I don't really need it either. But when you have children, you probably do. All right, so just coming in, this just helps kind of filter out some of the dark shades under my eyes, the darker purple. I'm using the blend brush, the smaller end of the brush. Really love this brush. It gives just a really light application of the makeup. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my main shade. Again, this is different than maybe a traditional makeup where you're used to applying one color over your whole face. You don't do that. And you also start with your darker color. Okay, then you build up to that lighter color by just using small amounts. And notice I'm not just slapping a ton of product right under my eye. I'm kind of starting it down and working it up. Right? Okay, next I'm just going to come in with my, again, my main shade here, and I'm just kind of placing it in areas where I might have a little redness or some skin discoloration. And when you do submit that selfie to me, I will mark on your face and show you in the red marks where you're placing your main shade, and then in the white marks where you will place your darker shade. Okay, next I'm just going to come in with my main shade again around my nose. Okay, just because I have some redness in there and I like to kind of detail it a little bit more. Okay, all right, just kind of bringing that up. I have some freckles on my nose that I just like to, I'm not going to take those away, but just kind of even out that skin tone a little bit. Okay, that's my main shade. I'm done with that already. I'm going to come in with my brush that I must not have out. Where are you? Detail brush in my drawer. Sorry. Detail brush. I'm going to dip into my olive colored contour and just provides some nice dimension and shadow to your face. You don't have to contour, but at the same time, it just really gives that face that dimension. Again, takes that pasty white look away and provides the dimension that's naturally there. Just enhances that. Okay, did my forehead. I'm gonna do my cheeks here, where you start in the back, right up onto that cheekbone, and just come down towards the corner of your mouth and then blend up and back, okay? Sometimes the idea of having like a stripe on your face seems a little scary, but you're gonna blend it out, okay? Same thing here. And when you're dipping into the contours, you can do it with a little bit more force than you would for your highlight shades. The highlight shades are a much creamier consistency, and the contour shades are more like clay-y consistency. So you could be a little bit more aggressive with how you get that product out. But the highlight shade, you should literally just tap super light into it, okay? I already have my eyes done, as you can see. I like to do those first sometimes. That way, if I had some that came down a little bit lower, I can fix it right away with my highlight shades. Okay, I'm gonna do my neck. And this is, again, there's no specific rules to makeup. You don't have to do this. It just adds a nice shadow. It also helps bring some color into my neck that is super fair. So just doing that. And maybe your neck isn't more fair than the most of your face. So you wouldn't have to do that necessarily. Now I'm gonna do my nose, and I'm gonna tap into a different contour shade that I have that's more of a neutral tone. I just like to use my pinkies for that. I'm gonna come down here on my nose. Okay, it looks kind of scary, but again, everything blends really nicely. And again, I'm just using the other side of my detail brush, and I blend up and in and kind of back and forth, because you don't really want to see a huge line on your nose. All right, I'm going to come back to my blend brush and dip into my brightening shade. Here I'm just coming through and brightening up the areas of my face that need brightening. Okay, so I'm gonna go under that contour line here, just gently pressing it in. I like to press my makeup in more than I do just swiping. Swiping doesn't really provide a good distribution of the product. So you could swirl lightly, or you could tap. I'm actually gonna come right here with a little bit more of that main shade. I just same thing on this side, that skin discoloration there that I just kind of want to make sure that I have that. Okay, next I'm gonna do start in the corner of my eye and go down the side of that contour line and then blend out, not going all the way under my eye. Blend this out as well, okay? If you have fine lines, putting a lot of product under your eye is where you're gonna see settling and creasing and things like that. So the goal is to apply the least amount of product, okay? That is what is going to give you your best outcome. Now I'm gonna take my fluffy end and come up here just to kind of give me a little lift in that area. Same thing here. Just gives you a nice little lift. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into my brightening color again and go right down those stripes in the center of my nose. Again, we're just adding that dimension. I always like to make sure I hit right in here with the highlight shade as well. Okay, that's done. I'm going to come in with my Perfector sponge that I have wet down and wrung out and kind of let sit. I blow dried my hair, and so it's just been kind of sitting, so it's cool to the touch, and this will remove that excess product without taking off your makeup. Okay, are there other Perfector sponges out there? Yes, there are. This is Seint's, and I do like it. I have used others. You can try it out and see if you like other ones versus this one. Just make sure if you're going to use it in this way that it's just cool to the touch, damp, cool to the touch. Shouldn't really feel wet. Okay, I'm gonna come in with my bronzer, and I'm just gonna hit the high points of my face where the sun would naturally hit it. This is Bella bronzer. It's my favorite bronzer. Seint also has some other bronzer shades for maybe some different skin tones, so you could check those out, but this is just a really great neutral bronzer. I haven't tried the others because I just like this one so much. Sometimes you gotta stick with what you like, and I'm just going to kind of blend that out a little bit. I got that in there a little bit. And that's another thing about this makeup is that it's really forgiving. If you made a mistake or something, you can always just go back in with your highlight shade or whatnot and just fix it. Okay, Now I'm just gonna put some contour on my neck. Again, this is just personal to me, but if you find that your neck is really fair, I guess I could use some self-tanner or something, but I just like to add a little extra color to my neck, and it blends out really well. It doesn't have to be, it's just something subtle. It doesn't have to be a lot of anything. Okay, and then for my lip and cheeks, I'm going to come in with a color that I really love called Sandstone, and use that. And I like to apply this just with my fingers, just dabbing it right on top of that contour line, okay? And if you happen to go a little too crazy with it, again, it blends out pretty good. Sometimes it sort of melts into your skin a little bit after it's sat there for a minute. So just wait a minute before you freak out that maybe you've applied too much product, okay? And then again, you can always blend it out some with your highlight shades if you feel like it's just too much. Now I'm gonna come in with this other glossier, semi-glossier shade or glossier shade called Seint IIID that I really like. And it's just a real subtle pinky color, but it gives such a pretty sheen to your face. I use this all the time on a lot of my shades. I add to this. Nude would be one that I would add this to, as another satin lip and cheek. All right. Now I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to come back in with my detail brush and just give a little poutiness, I guess that's what you'd say, to your lower lip. That's all I do. Grab my lip conditioner. You could use chapstick, whatever you want. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in with that Seint IIID again. I do really like Sandstone on my lips too. I'm just going to a basketball game. So I don't need to have like a super crazy lip. All right, guys, that is it. I am going to quickly set my makeup with the setting spray. I'm gonna spray my face, allow that to dry really quick, and then put a little powder on. But I just wanted to show you really quick about how I would go about applying my 3D foundation. If you have questions, I'll provide my links below, my color match link, and a link for my shopping link too. So feel free to ask me any questions you have. Take care. Bye.